Hey everybody, it's Batjack JW coming to you. Here we are, and another. It's been a little while. I don't like to let the time lapse this long on this channel, but I have been just super busy. I guess you could say that. But I did some shopping per se. I picked up some stuff from a local pawn shop that I frequently kind of go through every now and then. As a movie fanatic, DVD buyer, it's my other vice other than food. Eating too much, no, but no, it's the other thing I do is of course I buy a lot of DVDs, as you folks know. So anyhow, but yeah, since we were talking last time we all met, of video rental days of Radio 154. Let's go back through here and let's see. Going through, and we have Rusty Allen. It says, "Hey there, Batjack." For me, it was the album covers. Yeah, I was he says, yeah, the artwork in a lot of those kind of things really were neat there, Rusty. I've always liked, there was a lot of music, I guess, when I was in high school and stuff, a lot of it was a lot of hard rock and roll kind of, or I guess they called it metal or something. I was always really fascinated. There was a lot of album covers where even my parents were like, what are you listening to? But the album covers were so neat. I only wish the music was just as neat. In some cases, the music was terrible. But the album cover was cool. Almost kept a lot of them just for the album cover. But I know what that's like. And it's just, but, you know, those old horror flicks, man, I tell you. Those were, God, man, those were just amazing stuff. I just loved it. That's part of what made you want to rent it. So, all right, we got the Bohemian Hunting Club, great show, Batjack. Which, by the way, they did a really cool video with the 357, going through some water jugs. Really enjoyed that. I like those kind of videos from channels that are just really backyard kind of testings and, you know, stuff. I love those kind of videos and those channels because you don't get the total commercial aspect of it, the bought and paid for kind of thing. So that's what I really enjoy about smaller channels and stuff like myself and like Bohemian Hunting Club and many others. All right, and I have my friend Oscar over here over there in California. He says, "What's up, Batjack? I'm still watching your videos, brother. Just because I don't comment often don't mean I don't watch your videos, my friend." That's good, man. I hope all is well with you, and you know, I'm glad you're still here and listening and everything and doing all that. So great stuff. Bridge back. I say I always like this. I like when you guys list some movies, because it's like sharing old school movies. He says, what else he got? But DVDs I found, I'm sure you know these. He says he found Urban Cowboy, which I actually just found that too. I didn't buy it though. Romancing the Stone, great one. Coogan's Bluff, that's a good one. That's like a predecessor to Dirty Harry with you got Eastwood. And you'll see that the antagonist in Coogan's Bluff, the younger dude, he's the same guy in Joe Kidd, where if you recall the scene, there's a table full of guns, and he's egging Eastwood on to like grab one or something like that, you know, to draw on him, and he goes, "I know you ain't got much of a choice, but go ahead, grab." And it's just the way that sounds. It's always cracked me up. It's so funny. It's like, go ahead, grab. But he's the main guy in Coogan's Bluff, and I always like that pool room fight with Eastwood. Man, that just looks so realistic. Man, they don't make movies like that anymore. Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, awesome. Christine, hey. Well, I'll share with you guys some stuff on it. There we go. Eddie and the Cruisers, The Shining, Deliverance, Jeremiah Johnson, 2001, A Space Odyssey, Any Which Way But Loose, Any Which Way We Can. So, yeah, they do not make movies like that. That's certainly right. And we got Bob Hartman here. He says, well, going to the range again this morning. Okay, must be good to hear that going out there. I wanted to mention a Korean flick dubbed into English called Train to Busan. If you get a chance, check this one out. It's a story about zombies taking over the train going to Busan. There's much more to it than that, but it's a cool flick. Oh, okay. Train to Busan. Let's see. My favorite place to always check this out, stuff like this, is where, come on guys, you guys have been listening to the show enough. Amazon. I love going to Amazon for this stuff because that's just where it's at for me, because I can get the things right to my doorstep really quickly and I don't have to go searching around too much for it, going out of my way. Sometimes things are expensive and I don't buy them, as we talked about many times. Alright, Train to Busan. Oh, here it is. Neat. $14.99. The Blu-ray's cheaper, but is that an American US PAL Blu-ray? Blu-ray's only $6. Looks like it will play in so it is it looks like it's a modern flick. Interesting. Ah, it does look interesting. I will probably have to check this out. Thanks there, Bob. I appreciate that. Let's see. Hey, and Joe P. Good morning, JW AM. I am on the boat. You're on the boat. Not relaxing, but yelling at the fuel leak. Yeah, Joe, I hope you have got that taken care of and it doesn't cause you any more problems. But work through it, Joe. We all get through those things. So. Okay, so actually, my little trip through a pawn shop myself. I'm always on the hunt for this kind of stuff, but I go through pawn shops because pawn shops are fairly cheap with these things, and this one definitely no exception here. Buddy of mine, he's in that area of the pawn shop where the guns and movies are. So I picked up a stack, and I got it for fairly cheap. Always, as he always gives me a good deal. Shh, don't tell anybody. But yes, I love it. He always gives me a really smoking deal over there. Good dude. So I picked up 2 Nick Cage movies. By the way, Nicolas Cage is one of my favorite actors. I like his movies. I have quite a stack of Nick Cage movies. Dan will attest to that. He knows it. Thanks to him, I got to go see Mandy in the big theater, which is absolutely insane. But, okay. So I picked up one called Trespass with Nicolas Cage and Nicole Kidman. Really interesting movie. Liked it a lot. Once again, really good performance by Nicolas Cage. When terror is at your doorstep, you can run or you can fight. Really good one. Rated R. So it's definitely interesting. Definitely not what you expect. So the first time around, it's just going to be kind of really interesting. Now, second one, which I must say kept me really interested in it, kept me wanting to keep watching it. So I must say that this was definitely better than expected, better than it looks. So give this one a chance if you haven't seen it. It's, it's nothing. It's no story that's like, that, oh wow, I haven't like nothing that you're gonna go, I never heard that story before. But what I'm saying is, it's a good movie. It kept me wanting to watch it. Nicolas Cage in Stolen, really good. The the cover again is like just him running through like a fire or something like that. Like I said, it's like totally unappealing, but don't worry about it. It says never steal from a world's greatest thief. But good movie. I actually liked it. I really did. It kept me interested in it for sure. It had some originality to it, but not like nothing. I don't want to give it away or anything. But anyway, check it out if you like Nicolas Cage and got some time. Those two movies, great. Got Trespass and Stolen. I picked this one up because now first of all, let me say this: I'm not the biggest fan of the movies, but I think they got out of control. But I bought this one because it was, again, I only paid $1 for it, and it was brand new in the wrapper. Saw 2. Again, I'm not a big fan of the Saw, whatever you want to call them, like bonanza of like, I can't remember, it was like Saw 23, still hacking away or whatever. But I saw the first 2 in the theater. I did, with my buddy. So this one came out, of course I'm like, you know what, the first 2 are pretty good. I like them, for a horror flick goes, but after that they kind of got a little crazy, I don't know. But I picked it up. It was $1. It's a double disc edition, special edition. Had a really neat holographic, cover to it and everything. And it's one I will watch again. I like it. I said I do like it. The first 2 are pretty good. Don't even remember anything past that. I don't even know if I've seen the other ones or whatnot. But yeah, I picked up Saw 2. Of course, I'm a horror fanatic, so I can't. It's hard to pass that up. Okay, we got George Carlin, one of my favorite comedians all time. God bless George. And man, when he passed away, I was pretty devastated. Because he's like my man. I love George Carlin. So there was 3 of his movies there. There was just no way I'm not gonna grab them. So I have George Carlin's Doing It Again. Great one. Again, I paid $1 a piece for these, so it's just like, it's a no-brainer to grab them. The George's Best Stuff, which is a compilation, I'm assuming, so don't mind at all grabbing that. And one that I felt was a really good score, which is It's Bad For You, because that's his final performance. It's Bad For You was his final thing, and I want to talk about that one a little bit here because it's right before he passed away, and he was just, you have to see the actual performance versus just the audio version of it, because he's a lot more animated in it than I've kind of remember. It stood out to me. His facial expressions, body language was really good, really, really good, and in a sense it's almost sad. Just stuff he was talking about and everything. Of course, definitely controversial, as he always is. So, anyway, yeah, picked up those 3. Couldn't turn them down. Yep, so if you got a chance, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Right now, currently, I believe it's still on Amazon Prime for absolutely free. If you're a Prime member, you can stream it and watch it. But I definitely wanted the physical copy. Again, that's how it is for me. Like, I'm just not too hip to the live streaming and all that stuff. But yeah, when I really like something, I will buy the physical copy. And it depends on how much I like it. Like, for instance, I like the movie Taxi Driver. Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, mid-70s, great flick. I own like 2 different editions of that thing. And if I ever find an older copy on VHS on it, I will buy that, because I will just buy it. It's such a cool thing. All right, last but not least, speaking of it, going back to my friend Oscar over there, his comment and list of movies. Speaking of it, Christine. I picked up Christine. Yes, I bought it. I saw it the last time I was there snooping around, and I didn't get it, but this time I grabbed it because I'm like, what the heck? Just for the price-wise of it. John Carpenter film, so it's always good. Christine, I saw this years ago on videotape. I rented it. Never did own this on disc, but I had it on, I remember either renting it or probably owning it. I think I owned it on videotape, VHS. So I have not seen it in a long time. But, here we go. We got the car on fire and everything. And I remember in the end, the song Bad to the Bone by George Thorogood and the Destroyers playing. on the back here, Carpenter's best since Halloween, Time magazine. It's like you always, it's like a man that has a car, and the car can't be stopped. And a bloodthirst, it's coming for you. Stephen King's mind brings to you the novel to the real screen. Christine. It's always fun to kind of check these out. I love these. When was this? When did this come out? This was in 1983. Wow, it's a little older than I thought it was. But cool movie. Again, $1. Why not? Right? So that's the haul from the pawn shop that I went to. So always got that. I think I paid $2 for the Blu-rays, $2 a piece, versus the normal price. Right? I got a good price on that, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. So got the two Nick Cage movies are on Blu-ray, so definitely a pretty good score on that. And of course, the other ones are on just regular DVD. Usually that doesn't matter to me, being that it's on DVD or Blu-ray, unless it's something that I just really want to get. Sometimes if it's a golden oldie that I've always remembered as good, like for instance my John Wayne flicks, I pretty much own all those on Blu-ray, except for a few of them. Because for me, that's all the way back from me watching them so many times on videotape, probably wearing the tapes out, and then for me to see it on Blu-ray is like a whole nother movie. It really is. It's like, wow, that's pretty neat. So, and let's see, I picked up, where did I get it? Yeah, there was another haul of movies I got. Let's see, I don't think we talked about them either. Because I was at Bookman's, a great little book exchange place out here, and I picked up some. I picked up Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, directed by George Romero, another late great director. I was pretty bummed when he passed away. That's got one story that I just love, and I believe it's called The Cat from Hell. It's such a goofball skit and everything. It's one of my favorites, and the movie's worth owning just for that. And it's got the singer of the New York Dolls. He's the main guy in it. It's just classic. So I picked up that. I also picked up Eli Roth's. If you don't know who Eli Roth is, he's a upcoming younger director. Well, not upcoming. I guess he's been established. He did Cabin Fever. He's in Inglourious Bastards with Tarantino. He plays Donnie Donowitz or something. But he's done some pretty good stuff. I like him. And he directed this movie called The Green Inferno. The Green Inferno is a throwback to the Italian-made cannibal films, like Cannibal Holocaust, Eaten Alive, Cannibal Ferox, Jungle Holocaust, all those, which are good flicks, but I have a problem with the animal cruelty in them, and because they're foreign flicks, they got away with, butchering up animals for real on them. I'm not into that. I'm an animal guy, and I don't think you should just start chopping up animals for the sake of doing so. That's just not something I enjoy. I wish they would remove those, if they had a way to remove them or something. But that's another reason why I don't own those films. I had a copy of Cannibal Holocaust years ago, like I talked about that. And that's really, I had copies of some of these, but I've since then traded them away or whatever. But anyway, The Green Inferno is a throwback to it. I don't know if we've already talked about this in one of the shows, but we'll go ahead and throw it in there. The Green Inferno, nice little throwback to those, and it's certainly gruesome, not for the faint of heart. The effects in it was pretty damn over the top. So I gotta say, it's one of those. Again, I like wacky flicks. I do like it. It's going right in the collection, no problem. But it's not something I watch a lot. It's just like, it's a little It's a little intense. Yeah, sometimes some of these are a bit crazy. Like the scene in Saw 2 where they toss the girl into the pit of syringes. That was a little unnerving for me. That was a little too much, but I like it when it's goofy and it's clearly a guy with a bunch of rubber makeup on and they pull it open and it looks like Crayola paint coming out. That's my favorite kind of stuff, really is. I just that's always fun. Yeah, just when they try to, I mean, nowadays I guess they've perfected it to where it's pretty hardcore. But I prefer this stuff from the 70s, 80s that was just like, oh, now by today's standards people laugh at it, but to me it's gold. It's the way it was. It's the way I enjoyed it the most. So anyway, folks, I appreciate you coming around, hanging around, and chatting it up with me for a bit. I'm in the process of trading some stuff away, actually taking some stuff down and to a local gun shop that's one of my favorite places to go as far as a mom and pop place, put some things on consignment. And I've been letting some stuff go, and mainly I've been watching out and not letting anything go that I can't easily replace or can be replaced in the future. But I'm interested in picking up something, a couple of somethings, and so in order to do so, I felt like, I'll trade off some stuff or whatnot, and plus, there's some other things I've just been thinking about and going through. When things get a little bit more clear on those decisions, I'll talk about it, but right now it's just kind of up in the air almost. But no, I've been having fun. Right now, currently, just the way I do it, if I pick something up, I usually let something go, just so it's not an accumulation of stuff. So, but it'll be fun. I'll check it out. If that does happen the way I want it to happen, and I pick it up, I can't wait to share it with you guys right here on Batjack JW Radio Show. And of course, if you want to see a video of it when that time comes, I'll put it on my Patreon channel. And again, still working on getting a camera to do that. But anyway, thanks guys, appreciate it. Joe, good luck on the boat. Bob, hopefully you had a good day at the range. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for everybody tuning in and commenting and being right here. I do appreciate you.